the Government Expenditure and Revenue Statement for Scotland. Now, that statement is frankly, in my opinion, crap. Now, in this context, crap was a technical term. It stands for completely rubbish approximations. Now, why do I say that about the Gers statement? Well, simply because I don't believe it. Basically, Gers says that if Scotland is about 8-9% of the whole of the UK, then 8 or 9% of the whole of the UK's income is Scotland's. And 8 or 9% of the spending, near enough, is Scotland's, even though that may not be true. Now, of course, we know in a relationship that's not the way it works. One partner may have more or less income than the other, and they might have quite different spending priorities. And as a result, their actual income or surplus or their spending and deficit, they might run an overdraft and the other runs a current account balance, then those things will not be the same. But Gers assumes that simply Scotland is a part of a bigger whole, when in practice it isn't. It's a separate nation state. So Gers suggests that decisions made for the whole of the UK would continue if Scotland was independent. That's simply not true. Scotland would not have Trident, I'm quite sure. Scotland would not have the same level of armed forces. Scotland would not have the same international relationships that the UK has got. Scotland may decide to have a quite different tax system. Scotland would keep its oil revenues. And let's be clear about it, Scotland's oil revenues could look very more like the Norwegian model if it was independent compared to what they are under the UK as a whole model. Scotland may have a very different perception of debt in the case of being independent, because I think it's quite reasonable to argue that Scotland may have little or no national debt in the event that it was independent, because it ran a surplus for so long that it didn't accumulate the UK deficit, which is being borne elsewhere, but which is being charged to Scotland, even though it might never have generated it. All these things would make a genuinely Scottish financial statement look fundamentally different from the Gers statement that we've got now.